Greetings, students. It is me, Nicole. I am here to give you a look at how my long-term project is going so that you can learn from it. Either you will love my process or hate it, but since we're all working on long-term projects, I wanted to show you what's going on with me in Portland, because if we were here together in Portland, I would just bring you to my studio and show you, but I can't. I will give you a more complete studio tour at another time. Right now I'm showing you the things closest to my desk, just so you can see. One thing that's helpful for me in my process is I always have a lot of plates spinning at the same time. You will find this is very, very true. So in order to get the things out of my head so I don't die of an anxiety attack, I will always have a master list over my desk of things that I need to be focusing on or thinking of all the time, even if minor things come up. All the things on this list have been accomplished except for thumbnailing the book, just so you know, but I always have this, and then this part is something that can be changed. Near my desk I have inspirational bits. I have a calendar. I have a Tasmanian devil drawn for me by Alison Bechdel at a dinner. I have a postcard from Chris Ware. There's his face. And I have an Igor that I drew for an illustration job. Yay. Okay, on to the actual work. So, as you know, I got a book deal to do a book called Fetch. It's going to be about 300 pages, maybe 200 pages. They don't know it's 300, they said 200. So, in my mind, it's going to be 300 pages. Maybe it'll get trimmed down a little bit. Here's my process for editing that work. I found a size that I like, and I found a kind of book that I like. Strathmore Sketch, 5.5 times 8.5. So that's how big it is. I am doing most of my thumbnailing in this in Sharpie. Why? So that the pages are easy to photograph or scan. So if I need to send any bits of it to somebody, it's not a huge pain. It's just thumbnails. This is just me getting my initial ideas out. So step one for me was to make that outline. You saw the outline when we were in class, I believe, or we talked about it. The outline is just me writing down all of the different points that I want to hit. What is the table of contents? What's going to happen in each chapter? I'm then using that as a guide, and I'm closing in and doing some of the smaller stories in thumbnails. After I have this initial one down that has my instinctual ideas of how I want it to flow and what I want it to look like and what I want the words to be, after I do this, I am going to type all of these words into a Word document, and that will be the script. When I type these into the Word document, it's easier for me to see where the writing itself can be better. And if I change any of the writing itself, I will go back into the thumbnails and I will either amend the individual page, if I can, and replace the lettering here with lettering from the Word document, or I will just make a new thumbnailed page that is cleaner. Because then I'm going to send cleaned up, possibly redrawn thumbnails, plus the edited script to my editor. I'm sending her a physical book like this, with cleaned up thumbnails, with my best idea for scripting, plus a Word document script. So she can make changes either with post-it notes on here so she can say what things she visually likes or dislikes, or so that she can make changes to the Word document, and she'll probably make those in red or in bold or in a different color or something, so I'll be able to see what she liked or didn't like. With the Dr. Laura book I did, my editor sent me back a photocopied version of the printed out PDF, and she had little post-it notes everywhere. So that's where I'm at with the Dr. Laura book. It gets boring, or it gets heavy, or there's other things that I want to do. So while I'm working on that, I'm also working on my book about a sloth named Sloth Moss. That's a children's book that's going to be a little bit more lighthearted. So when I get tired of the Dr. Laura book, I can Google facts about sloths. I can work on sketches of the sloths. Right now, I'm compiling a book proposal for this. The book proposal will include sketches like this, so you can kind of see the color profile or the general idea of what the characters look like. And then I am sending along fully written stories with some of the some of the staging written into that. So I'm doing that right now. And, oh yeah, this is what the cover is gonna look like of the book proposal for that, so that they can see the main character, some of the side characters, and some elements, just to get an idea. And then on the side, while I'm doing that, I'm also working on my animal calendar for this year. I don't even think this picture is gonna be in there, but it's something that I like to do. It's standalone illustrations that can keep my hand moving even while I'm not working on my main project. So if you get stumped on your main project, or you don't want to do it for a day, but you want to keep your drawing chops up, you want to stay fresh, I really recommend finding photographs to draw. Just something. I mean, it's basically like you going to a life drawing class, but you know, maybe we can't all go to a life drawing class. Maybe there's not one in your area, or not while you're free. So in other words, and the rest of the time, you can always find some kind of interesting source material to draw from. I like to draw from old yearbooks as some of my life drawing. I have this book. It's not a yearbook. It's a book of portraits of people taken mostly in the 50s and 60s in LaPorte, Indiana. And these were all found in a restaurant that had purchased, or for some reason was housing all of a portrait studio's things. So if you're looking, you know, for some way to just keep your drawing chops up, your portrait skills, your life drawing skills, body movements, hands, faces, etc., I really recommend finding some kind of weird, creepy thing at a thrift store or at the library and just coming home and just drawing it. I don't trace it, I just look at it and I draw it. And then sometimes I'll hide the source material, I'll hide that drawing, and then I'll draw it again just for my own memory, just to see what the Nicole version of that is without me stressing out about how far apart the eyes are, etc. So that's it. I hope this was interesting to you, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.